Today on how to reload 38 Special, we're going to be using the second die in the set of 3, the combo neck expander and flaring tool. Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to safely reload your own ammo, start now by clicking the subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Let's get started. Today we're using the carbide dies for 38 Special and 357 mag. I'll make another video that goes more in depth on each individual die, how to adjust them, certain measurements, diameters, things like that. That will be more deep in depth. But today we want to learn how to set it up on our press, how to adjust it, how to use it. Alright, so here's our dies. Got some semi-wad cutters right there, set of calipers. We've got some sized 38 Special that we sized up from the other video, and I'll put a link to that other video up in here somewhere. You'll see it pop up. Okay, and just to mention all the reloading information, my magazines that I use and guides, I'll put links in the descriptions below to all of the equipment that I use here. So first thing we want to do is get our die out of the kit. It's number 2. This one's for sizing. You can see the extractor pin for your primers on the bottom. This one here is our neck expander and flaring tool. And this is a borescope, which is handy. I'll put a link in the description for this guy. If you don't have one, they are handy. So you know this is the right one because when you look in there, you can see the expander tool. All right. One of the first things you'll see when you get these kits is you'll see these lock rings on them that come with them. They've got one set screw in here. Get rid of these things. They're not any good. They'll always come loose on you. You're going to want to upgrade these. And I personally use these Hornady lock rings right here. These come in a 6-pack. You can pick these up. Again, links below. But we're going to go ahead and take this one. Never had one of these come loose. We're going to roll this onto your die that you're going to be using. Alright, run it up. Also make sure that the flaring tool inside is backed out. Okay, you want that backed up. Now to set these in the die, set it in the die and just get it started. In your kit, you're going to have a number 6 shell holder. Right there, it'll be a number 6 on it. Okay, that'll hold your 38 Special and 357s. Slide that in. Turn it a little bit facing you. It's easier to load them up that way. So now you're going to want to run the ram all the way up. Now you want to turn the die down until it just touches the top of your shell holder. Once it does, we need a gap. We need a gap in here of at least a 32nd. In order to do that, I'm going to turn that a half turn out. Or take you a piece of paper, use your calipers on it to test it, or take a sheet of paper, fold it over a few times. I'm just going to set that on top of my shell holder. Run that up. And now I'm going to drop the die down until it just touches that. Well, it turns out to be that was about a half turn back. Once that does that, turn your lock ring down. Like so. Now that we've got the lock ring turned down to where we want it, hold everything in place so it doesn't move. Just tighten that adjuster screw up just a little bit, snug it up. Once you've done that, go ahead and back it out so that everything moves together. Back it off right there. And then tighten that adjusting screw up a little more. We don't want this die moving once we get it in place. All right, now it's tightened up. Go ahead and screw it down. Just give it a quick little nudge with your wrench there. Hold it in place. All right. Let's drop our cam back down. Now that we have this set up, we can put a shell in there. Now, what we're trying to achieve here is just to get the end of the shell casing flared out a little bit so that this bullet will sit in there just barely, and when we seat it, it doesn't curl the lead out. If you can see this here, we set that down in there, it barely sits inside. You want it to sit down inside there at least a 32nd of an inch. And you know that if you were to push that bullet down, what's going to happen is you're going to get curl up on that, similar to that right there. Okay? You see how that lead's curled up on the edge of the bullet. Okay? So we just need a little bit of flare so that will sit down inside there. So now that we're set up to run this casing up, let's run it all the way up. Take the top of the belling tool, screw it down until it touches the case. It's not very much, so when you run this up, when you start off, let me back it out for you and show you. You'll see that it's barely inserted in there. Okay, so I'm going to screw it down. Okay, once you snug up to that shell, drop it down, give it a half turn, run it back up. Just make that snug, this lock ring right here, just snug it with your fingers to hold it in place. Run that up, feel it. You'll be able to feel it if it's flaring or not, or check it with your calipers. $37.25 up at the top, $37.10. So obviously it's not flared yet. So we're going to turn it another quarter turn. Run your fingers alongside, you'll feel it. Nope. Run another quarter turn to set this. Hold the ring down. Maybe use a bullet. So it's not there yet. So you keep doing this. Keep doing this with quarter turn adjustments on this each time. You run this up and down. Checking it each time. Need to use your calipers, use your calipers for reference. We want to get about 0.03 of an inch difference. So 37.25, I'm looking for 37.50 up around the neck, around the mouth. That's 37.30, so we're not there yet. And remember, once you get this set, tightened up here, after this adjustment's made, you won't have to do it again. So take your time so that we do it right. And after you've got your adjustment where you want it, you want to tighten up this lock nut there, snug it down, take your wrench, hold everything tight, just give it while you're holding the top of that, give it a little snug like that, just to hold it in place. Now you're ready to go for all the rest of them. All right, so we started off with a crimp of 37-35. The case is sized. Now we're going to check the mouth. And we got 37.50 right there, 55. That'll work. 3/1000ths over. So our belling has been adjusted properly. And we'll take our bullet, see if it sits good. It does. You'll notice when you seat that, it feels real smooth. It just like it wants to slide right in there. That's a proper fit right there. Now you know when you push this bullet down, you're not going to scrape the lead off the side of the bullet. Now you're ready to do the rest. Now remember, using the flaring tool is recommended for all bullet types and mandatory for when you're using lead. You want to have 1/32 of an inch gap between this shell holder and the bottom of the die. You don't want them touching. The only time where you tighten it down and touch it is when you're case sizing your rifle and it's steel. These are carbide. You don't want it touching the carbide. Carbide is strong but brittle. So if it's touching, the shell holder could crack the carbide. Again, down the road I'll do another video that's more in-depth on each tool. Now, 38 is going to be different than 45s. Alright, so each process is different. Never assume they're the same. So the next video we're doing is bullet seating and crimping. So hopefully we'll see you there. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in the next one. So don't forget to subscribe and like and leave some comments below. Let me know if there's something that you didn't like or you did like or you'd like to see.